Morning guys, Thursday morning, sunny day. It's going to be the last one for the next 4 days. So I really want to get the roof painted on the Fargo. I've got one little spot prime to do above the windshield so far, but once I wet sand it I might have a couple more. If so, that's fine. We'll spot prime them, and I'll probably throw some primer on my 56 Chevy hood at the same time. If I mix some primer anyway, why not? So yeah, it's block sanding the roof first, I guess. I also want to push the truck outside to blow it off and clean it all up, wash it, and clean up in here as well. Remember, of course, it's a gloss black finish, so yeah, we're gonna have to clean up real good and hopefully eliminate as much dust as possible. So I'm gonna throw a guide coat on the roof and start wet sanding. I'm wet sanding mostly because I don't want to raise more dust than I have to. So yeah, might as well just get to it, man. Okay, so I pushed the truck as far back as I can, so the ass of the truck is actually outside the garage, and I'm going to blow it off real good. There's a good layer of dust on there, and if you can see those little dark spots just above the windshield there, that's where I've got a spot prime. But more spots may show up when I wet sand, so I'm just going to leave it until I'm done sanding. So I'm going to blow it off real quick and pull it back in, close the door. I think that showed pretty clearly why I need to bring this outside to wash it up. There was a lot of dust up there. Okay, so I'm going to set my tripod right up on the roof, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I've already done half. So this is just a guide coat. It's just cheap sandable primer. All you want is something that's going to give you a contrast from the gray that's on there now. Man, this is a big ass roof. Well, you can't see me now, but you can hear me. Okay, so that's the guide coat. Let that set up a bit and we can start wet sanding. All right, because this truck is so damn tall, you're not really going to be able to see what I'm doing, except maybe when I get to the edges here, I might show a little bit of that. But you've seen me do it before, same old. I'm using my steel bar, longer one, with 600 grit. And we're going to sand the whole roof. I'm just going to use a spray bottle. Not going to bring a bucket up there with me. Yeah, when I get all the center main field done, maybe I'll come back and just show the edges a little bit. But it's block sanding, man. You know, you see me do it 100 times, maybe more. All right, so I've been blocking on this thing for about 3.5 hours, and I'm done about half. Yeah, it's not easy going, but I'll grab the camera and show you what's going on. There's just a couple of things. There's always something, but oh, excuse me. So here's my rig. You know, so I don't have to move a ladder every 3 feet. But, so, like I said, I'm done half. You can clearly see the line where it's dark over there. The biggest issue I had was how pebbly the epoxy was underneath. Some spots were, you know, pretty bad, but others were not bad at all. Now, I think a lot of this is because of the height of the truck, and when they were spraying it, had a hard time keeping the gun, you know, perpendicular to the roof. You're reaching and you're going at funky angles, so you end up with heavy orange peel, and that's pretty much what that is. The only spots I did see that need some help, where is it? Right here. There's a crease here, about 6 inches long. Not deep, but it's there. So that needs filler, and then there's a low spot right in between here. So we got to put some filler in there and sand that out. But other than that, there'll be 3 spots to spot prime, the 2 I just mentioned, and there's a couple near the front. But all in all, it's not bad. The sides are really good. This is the part you're going to see. The thing about this truck is where it's positioned, where it's going to be parked. There's a set of steps that goes up to the offices, so they're going to be looking down from like a whatever, almost like a mezzanine kind of thing. So you'd be looking down onto the roof. So, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's got to be reasonable. It's got to be decent. I mean, when it's on the ground and people are walking around it, unless you're a draft, you're never going to see this up here. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on. I don't know if I'm going to get this outside to clean today or not. If not, I'm kind of screwed because it's supposed to pour for like the next 4 days. We'll see. Let's play it by ear. All right, so I finished coming around the back on this little corner here, and then I stopped. I had to make supper and have supper and all that, and I got up to here, right there. So I've got just a little chunk left. My hands are like prunes. It's been wet sanding for what, over 7 hours, and that's enough for one night. I mean, I'm done. Yeah, so it's going to be dark. We got about 10-15 minutes of daylight left, and so this is obviously not going to go outside and get washed up today, and we're supposed to rain tomorrow. So I might pull something else in the morning to make my video and just keep all this footage and add to it later. But yeah, like I said, 3/4 done. I really thought I'd go through this a little bit faster, and I still got some touch-ups and some spot priming to do, so I'm a ways away yet, but whatever, is what it is. This stuff takes time, man. All right, so it's now Saturday morning. It's well, it's been pissing out there pretty steady, and no sign of it stopping, so might have to come up with a new plan for this. But anyway, I finished all the wet sanding up here, and there was a couple of spots, one here and one here. You can see clearly that's a high spot. That's your epoxy underneath. So I've taken my body hammer, tapped it down all the way around a couple of times, both cases, and now I just got a low spot in the middle on both. So a little bit of putty work, I'll get that done. Then I'm going to move the truck back, you know, that way, because it's pretty tight to the Trans Am right now, and I'll get a couple of spots on the other side, and then once those are sanded, then I can spot prime all that, and hopefully this thing will be ready to paint like tomorrow. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Right, so anyway, all my spots have been puttied up and sanded. Everything's good, feels good. So it's a matter of blowing everything off, cleaning everything up really nice, and spot priming all my repairs. There's 4 of them here. There's a spot where I sanded through, over here there's a couple of them actually, sanded through to the body filler. So those have to be primed as well, but nothing major. I want to get that done tonight so that tomorrow I should be able to wet sand the spot primed areas and paint this thing. So it is what it is. I'm going to go in and make supper now. Morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, and I woke up this morning to a roar. It was unbelievable. It was rain. I haven't seen rain that heavy in a long time. I looked out the front window and I could barely see the houses across the street. That's how hard it was. So anyway, I grabbed a coffee, came out, and the wind is unbelievable. So I tried hooking up my exhaust fans briefly, and it's too windy. Whatever is blowing out, the wind is blowing right back in. It's overpowering the fans, so I can't spray this today. Not until the wind dies down or something gives. Old Mother Nature's just being a bitch, you know? Women. Anyway, yeah, so I've got to come up with something else to do, so I'm going to go ahead and figure that out. Nothing I can do about it. I really, really wanted to paint the roof today, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, good morning, guys. It is Monday morning. Obviously, I didn't get the roof painted yesterday, that is. I worked with my 56 fender instead. Anyway, today's the day, I think. I've got a bunch of things that I've done and a bunch of things that I need to do, and I'll go over all of that in a couple of minutes. You can see that I've gotten quite a bit taller. No, I've lowered the truck, took the wheels off, and it's dropped, sitting on a couple of pieces of wood. You know, a piece under each drum and each rotor. So with my sawhorses now, it's a workable height. So that's a good thing. I did spot prime all the places I mudded, and I've hit it with a guide coat this morning. I've been spending a lot of time just cleaning the floors and whatnot, just cleaning things up. I'm going to sand out the spots that I spot prime, get that all cleaned up. I'm going to wash the whole truck, and then I'm going to mask off all the window and door openings, sealing all the dust on the inside of the truck, leave it in there, just seal it off. And then wash the roof down, tack it, maybe a couple of times of each, and hopefully we should be ready for paint. So yeah, I'll grab the camera, show you where I'm at, and we'll carry on. You know, seeing this thing sitting right down on the hubs makes me think that this thing would have been super cool, you know, bagged, and if you could drop it right down on the ground, because it does sit high. Anyway, yeah, you can see where I marked all my spots there. I've put a guide coat on it, so this is ready to sand, clean up, and then, like I said, I'm going to mask off all the openings. Windshield opening complete. I'll cover the dash over after I wash the truck up. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I think I'll come back when I'm ready to mask, maybe. Yeah, see how that goes. All right, so this is really dragging out. When I sanded all the spots, 2 of them needed another little shot of mud, and I found another dent. That's the 13th one. So for a roof that looked really good when it came in, 13 dents is a lot. Anyway, I fixed them up. I've spot primed them. But this time when I sanded the mud, I used my guide coat on the mud before the primer. So I know it's good and everything feels good. It's ready to go. So I just got to let that primer set up a bit. Tonight I'm going to wash the truck at least once. I don't want to get as much done as I can tonight, so that tomorrow for sure is paint day. I've been trying to do this video for a week, so some of the clips are from October 15th, 16th, something like that. So tomorrow's the 21st. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. It is what it is. That is a huge panel. It's 9 feet long, man, you know. So yeah, I'm going to get as much done tonight as I can, so that tomorrow I can get at the painting at a reasonable time and get her done. So I'm going to do all that stuff. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Paint day, I hope. Freaking well better be. All right, so I've washed the truck, including the frame and everything, like 3 times, or at least, I think maybe even 4. And I've tacked it. I've already mixed some paint, but I've also sealed up all the openings, window openings and what have you. The idea being that the inside of this thing is full of dust. So I figured I'd just seal it off and contain the dust to the inside of the truck. I'm gonna have to take it outside, wash it and everything, blow it off when I do the rest of the truck. But for just the roof, this will do just fine. Yeah, so she's pretty much ready to go. So like I said, I've already mixed the paint. My gun is full. And I'll set up the camera and see if I can get an angle on it. Could be tough. This thing's it's still pretty high. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I'll see what I can do. All right, first coat.
Come on. I have to tell you.
I gotta tell you, freaking air hose is fighting me all the way. Anyway, we're gonna have 3 coats just like that. All right, I got updates. So, it looks okay-ish. It's a little blotchy right now because it's still flashing off, but there's 3 coats on there. Here's the thing: I can see some. You won't be able to see them on camera, but I can see a lot of sanding scratches in it. If I clear coat it like that, they're gonna be magnified like 10 times, and in the sun, this thing will look like ass. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this set up overnight, dry. I'm going to sand the whole thing down, wet sand it with, say, 1000, and give it one more good coat of black, and then clear it. I can do better than this. So, it is what it is, but, yeah, I'm surprised they never showed up in the guide coat when I was sanding the primer, but whatever. They're there, and black is black, man, shows everything. But overall, I mean, the bodywork itself and stuff is all pretty good. Nothing's jumping out at me there. I say it's just these sanding scratches. But anyway, that'll be in a whole other video, I believe. I think I've used up just about all the time I got today. So we'll wrap this sucker up. Cheers. So, am I disappointed? Sure. It's just an extra step that, you know, I didn't really want to have to do, but I can't clear that. There's no way. Am I suicidal? No. It's not that bad. Probably good chunk of a day of sanding, wet sanding. Get it nice, 1 coat, and then clear it. It should be good. So it's not too bad. Anyway, I've got my gun adjusted right on now. It's good, and you know, I'm not getting any orange peel or weird stuff or nothing like that. And I'm going about 75% overlap. I learned that from watching a guy on YouTube. The site is called Paint Education, I think it is. Paint Education, right? Paint Education, and he was explaining it, why you'd go 75%, and it makes perfect sense. You got a oval sort of spray pattern. If you go 50%, he showed it by using cutouts where you overlap them at 50%, and there's a dip there in the middle, so it's thin. So if you go 75%, it comes out almost straight. So you get even coverage that way. So anyway, I thought I'd give it a shot, and it works. It works well. So I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah. So anyway, if you like the content, please subscribe, and don't forget to like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't be shy, leave comments, and like I said, I enjoy the comments, and I always try to answer them, all of them, if I can. Hopefully I don't miss one, but it could happen, and I apologize in advance. I'll get you on the next time, whatever. But yeah, that's about it for today. So if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.